Well, a woman who claims she was knocked unconscious at the Montgomery County Jail by an officer was excessive force used in this case? You decide.
It was a chaotic scene. Emily Evans surrounded by officers, booking her into jail for OVI. Officers say she was not cooperating. Then,
now lay there.
She appears to be unconscious on the floor.
Emily was knocked out. She was completely unconscious, unresponsive, bleeding from the nose.
Evans and her attorney, Mike Bly, want accountability and a money settlement from the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office. They claim one sergeant used excessive force and another inappropriately used a taser while trying to book Evans into jail.
When you don't obey the law, you pay the consequences. Those consequences don't include being subjected to unreasonable excessive force.
It all happened March 30th. Evans was arrested for OVI. Reports 2 News Investigates obtained show her blood alcohol level was more than 2 times the legal limit. They note she was verbally combative and physically combative toward herself. That's why she was handcuffed. Minutes later, she's at the Montgomery County Jail, where officers attempt to book her in. She was being searched when Bly says officers took their authority too far.
Now lay there.
Bly said Evans suffered facial fractures and a bleed near her brain. EMS was called and she was taken to the hospital. But Bly and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office don't agree on what happened. All the incident reports given by the officers involved said Evans vaulted herself off the wall.
But none of the records indicate that she was picked up by a sheriff's deputy and body slammed headfirst into the concrete floor.
2 News Investigates obtained a use of force report filled out by the sergeant closest to her in the video. He admits to applying a control hold and takedown balance displacement, saying Evans was not obeying verbal commands and presented safety risks.
We by no means are questioning whether there was force used. There was obviously force used.
I went to the top and questioned Chief Deputy Rob Streck about the force used. He sees every report of force in the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office.
Do you think excessive force was used in this case?
The sergeant involved in that was not found improper.
He says there's a difference between force and excessive force, and the Sheriff's Office internal investigation found the sergeant's actions did not go against their policy. The review says the sergeant was trying to keep Evans under control when the force was used.
People want to know what their rights are and what your rights are as police officers and how far you can go in a situation like that. What's the line?
There's no definitive line for excessive force. We have the right to keep you in there. We have the right to try to keep order in that jail, but we don't have the right to cause unnecessary pain and suffering to an individual.
The video speaks for itself.
Now, what Evans and Bly consider a body slam was found reasonable by the Sheriff's Office, but they did think that the taser being pointed at her head was a breach of policy. That sergeant has been given a written reprimand. Bly plans to file suit against the city for Evans' injuries. Natalie Tendall, 2 News Investigates.